Howdy. Howdy, Milters. Okay, I want to start with our feet, and I want to do something a little bit different today where we're going to we're going to rinse the top of the foot. Now, I have this really great thing. I have this humongous yoga block, so I'm going to show you. And I am fairly positive you don't have one of these. Look how big it is. It's really big. So it's what I'm going to ask you to do when we're sitting in the chair. And I'm telling you this so you can get ready. So you can look around and figure out what you have. Your yoga blocks, regular yoga blocks, can work really well. But I'm going to ask you to push the ball down the top of your foot. So you want to get your foot closer to your hand. I just have this big thing. I just found it in I have so many props. Okay? But we're going to start with our feet, so you'll want a chair. Your yoga blocks can work fine. You'll stack them up, and then we'll see how it goes. So I sent a picture of the front line of fascia on that email. So the top of the foot all the way up the body. Now I always do the back of the body and the side and the side and the side and the side and the side. So today, let's do something different. Let's come up the front of the body. It's not to say we won't do some of the back. We'll see what happens. But, okay. So let's do our feet. Have your softball and your hardball. Howdy. Just checking some technology. And let's begin. And we're just going to start compressing at point 1. Little quiz. Point 1 relates to your diaphragm. Good job. Right in the center of the arch. And look at my technique. So you can have a little creativity, but this has been well thought out. So it's not random. It's really thought out. Right in the center. And my feet are apart. So I'm not 1 foot in the back yet. And maybe I'll just lift my heel up. If you lift your whole foot up, the ball will move, and then it won't be in the right spot. Technique. All right, move your joints around. Compress with tolerable pressure. And help your joints reconnect to your center of gravity. Just move around. And then we're going to step back. Let's do the 2s. Ready? Up to the toe joints. Look at that where my ball is. It's pretty low. Compress and wait. Now the ball that has the foot is in front of the back foot because I want to rock back and move it to the second toe. So this technique of rocking forward and back actually helps our nervous system. Rocking forward, toe number 3. And so we're helping our nervous system. And every part of the body needs all the help it can get, right? All right, to the arch. The inner big toe side of the foot, the bottom of the arch, bend your knees. And then the top of the arch, right up under that big toe joint, hide the ball, compress and release. Point 4 is that baby toe side of the foot, halfway between heel and baby toe, compress. And then point 5 is right in the center of the foot, at the top of the heel, compress and come off. And it can now compress and stay. Compress and move your heel. So I have about maybe 50% weight, and probably not even that much weight. About 25% of my body weight is in that ball, and I'm moving my heel. And I'm going to start to move my foot forward. And remember, the goal is to get all of the heel. Wiggle it back to the back of the heel. And then bring it on back to the front of the heel. And when you get back to 0.5, let's shear, compress, jiggle, 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 jiggle. Compress and wait. Let's do the whole darn thing. Ready? Step back with the free foot, go up to the toe joints. This is rinsing. I'm going to go under the toe joint, not up here, down a little lower. Compress and move the ball to the baby toe. Lift your foot up, go back to the big toe. Put weight into the ball as you move it to the baby toe. No weight on the ball as you bring it back to the big toe. I'm going to do one more. And then have a seat and bring your whatever you're going to use. Maybe it's an ottoman. Maybe it's 2 blocks stacked one on top of each other. You don't need it yet. Have it handy so you don't have to get up. Now we're going to go toe to heel. Toe to heel. Toe to heel. Relax your toes. Good. Now, light and random scribble. Bring your block in. Stack up your blocks. Put your foot on top. And then however you can, I'm going to put my arms on the inside. You could go to the outside, depending on your hip mobility. So now I'm going to go knuckle off to the toenail, like we do with our fingers. I'm just going to take that soft ball and push the ball from the top of my toe joint off the tip of my toenail. Ooh, my big toe. Feels a little sore on the top. Do each toe as many times as you like. Lovely. All right. Now, while your foot is up here nice and high, you can use your hard ball or your soft ball. And let's go right up the shin. I'm going to use my hard ball. And I got my foot up here kind of high so I don't have to bend over. And I'm going to start down low. Actually, I'm going to start up high. I want to go up high. Go to the bony part of your knee and then move over to the baby toe side of the foot. It's a mushy tissue. Put your ball there and we're going to go up and down. I'm not rolling it. I'm holding it and I'm shearing the tissue. And I'm going to scooch it down and I'm going to do it again. So simple. Don't make it complicated. I'll show you how my ball is not rolling. And I'm just going to keep scooching down. Ideally, what we notice is the skin over your knee kind of moving. That's lovely. All right, now another way to shear, this is called indirect. So this is directly taking the tissues and moving them over each other. So this is called an indirect shear. I'm going to take the ball right up, back up to the top, pinky toe side, the same spot. This time I'm going to hold the ball, and I'm actually going to use my other hand to kind of pull it in towards my leg a little bit, and then I'm going to lift my toes up. I'm going to bend at my ankle. So now what we're doing is we're compressing, but we're moving the tissues that are beneath the compression point. Lift your foot and then move your foot side to side. And then let's do that a little bit lower. So I'm going to take it down a notch. Doop. I'm going to hold it in. I'm going to lift my toes. My heel stays down. I'm making my ankle bend. I'm going to keep my toes up and go side to side. Isn't that so fun? And come on down, scooch it, lift up and down. Lift it side to side. Put it down, up and down, side to side. Put it down. Look how low I am. Are you down that low? All right, let's do this. Take your hand to the inside, my big toe edge of the foot, and just take your hand and just a nice easy swipe. You know how we do our face and around the neck? Just that kind of swipe. You can even come up the inner thigh if you like. And now we're just helping the fluids move. And I'm going to do one more before we switch sides. I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to use my hard ball now. I'm going to take my hard ball. You can use your soft ball. And I'm just going to go toe to heel. So the fluids flow down the front and up the back. So I'm pushing the fluids now from the toes up the channels of 1 and 5. Yummy. And then a light and random scribble. I'm sitting on my other ball. Let's check ourselves out. So we're going to stand up, toes forward, arms down, eyes closed. Oh my, that feels happy. One side is very happy. I love that feeling through the shins. Shall we do the other side? Wouldn't it be weird if we didn't? Okay. Foot number 2, point number 1, compress and come off. Remember the technique, just kind of lift your heel, soften your knees. The pressing down is just as important as the coming off. I think the mind gets really caught up in the compression, the pain, the push. But the coming off allows the fluids to move. Move your joints around. Put some tolerable pressure into the ball at point 1, and then just randomly move your parts. And this helps your body reconnect to the center of gravity. If you were to wear high heel shoes, your center of gravity, your pelvis would go forward. This really disrupts the communication between the joints. Now step back with your other foot, your free foot. Go to the toes. Let's do it. Rock forward. And then I'm going to rock to the back leg, second toe joint. And I want you to look down. I hate when we look down, right? But I want you to look down and make sure that you cannot see the ball. You're like, yeah, I see it a little bit. No ball. It should be hiding under the foot. If it's not, you're not in the right place. Even the baby toe. Go to the arch. Today is a day of technique. Big toe side of the foot. Mid back and digestion. Bring it up under the toe joint. That's a neck place. Point 4, baby toe side of the foot. Point 5, top of the heel, pelvis and lower back. Now bring the legs side by side. I can't get in the picture. And then we're gliding. So I have compression at point 5 and I move my heel. Make sure that you look like you're doing it like me. So my toes, the top of the foot is like a pivot point. It's moving, but it is my heel that's really shifting left and right. And start to move over the whole heel. So bring in the foot just a teeny bit further forward. Bend your knees. Doop-dee-doop-dee-doo. Come on back to point 5. When you get to point 5, we compress and then we give a little jiggle jiggle. So this is shearing the layers of tissue, and then we just compress and wait. Squish those fluids out, so when you come off, the fluids rush back in. All right, we're rinsing. Big toe under the joint there at the top of the arch. I'm going to go over to the baby toe. One direction with your pressure, please. 3, 4, 5 times. So nice. And then have a seat. Toe to heel. Second toe to heel. Are your toes relaxed or are you like, yeah? If you put pressure on the ball and your toes are up, can you then let your toes relax as you push to your heel? Little light and random scribble. All right, now bring in your blocks. We're going to rinse the top of the foot. So I'm going to bring my foot to my block. If you have big feet, sorry. Move your heel back so that you have your toes are on a surface. I don't know, you could put them up on the couch maybe, I don't know. Big toe off. You could lean over and do it on the floor. It's not very comfortable though. Knuckle to toenail, one direction. One direction, just like your fingers. And get that big toe joint. Oh my. Okay, now I'm going to use my hard ball. I just like the way it feels. You don't have to. Let's go back up to this shin. So now I'm on the knobby bone. I'm going to go to the pinky toe, find the mushy place. I'm going to hold my ball, and I'm just going to put a little pressure into my leg and shift up and down. See if the skin is moving over your knee, and then do a little lower and a little lower. There are two bones down here in the lower leg. There's only one bone in your thigh, but there's two in the lower leg. Same with the arm. One bone in the top, two in the bottom. And so in between the bones, there's this membrane. Once you work your way down towards the ankle, come back up to the top, hold the ball, pull it in, move your foot a little forward so you can lift your toes, make your ankle bend. And then as I lift my toes up, I'm going to keep them up and move my foot side to side. And then I'm going to lay it down. Let's go down a little bit lower. Pull it in. Ooh, ooh, up and down. I hit a spot. Keep it up, shift left and right. Oh my. And then bring it down a little bit. I'm going to do 4 spots. Holy moly. Side to side. I was just about to say my other side was more sore. And then I hit that spot. And this is interestingly more sore. Side to side. Okay? Very good. So I put my foot down. I'm going to rinse. So the rinsing is up the inside. And then I'm going to put my hard ball on the floor. You can use your soft ball. And I'm going to rinse toe to heel with my hard ball. Toe to heel. Relax your toes. That feels so nice, right? And then a light and random scribble, so you can do both balls if you want to. And then switch. That's hard, right? Especially if you're not on a mat. So if you don't have a mat yet, I'm getting an order of mats. So a mat really kind of holds the ball. If you're working in a rug, you might not feel like you can move the ball very well. If you're working on a floor, you might feel like the ball is always rolling away from you. The mat and the ball have a nice relationship. Let's stand up for a moment and check ourselves out. Toes forward, arms down, eyes closed, and just sense that feeling of groundedness. And notice how steady you are. So not wobbling all over the place, but really grounded. My shins feel very alive. Ta-da! Okay, so if you don't want to roll the front of your thighs, if you have the time, you could just watch. Maybe that will help you if you don't like doing that. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to lay down first. I'm just going to go ahead and start on the front of the thighs. So I'm skipping our assessment. Sorry, Bob. Hi, Weber. Good morning. If anybody, Weber, would go to the library and see if the latest videos are up. I think I fixed a problem, but it's hard for me to tell as an administrator. Okay, So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the roller in nice and close to the knees. And I'm going to come forward onto my elbows, tuck the toes, and push into the arms. So you don't want to be saggy. Look, this is saggy. No. Draw the belly in, lift the hips up, and push through the arms. And we're going to glide down low above the knee on the thigh. And I know this is a big one. So look down. If it bothers your neck, just don't do it. Just go do something else. Go do your dishes. All right, here's how we shear. We pause, and I'm going to bend one knee and put the foot down, and bend the other knee and put the foot down. Another way to pause, lift your hips, turn on your core, and then shift your butt left and right. Oochie, ouchie, bumpy. Stay down there at the top of the knee. And then let's pause. And then move your body back towards your feet. Bring the roller right to the middle of the thigh. And let's glide forward and back. 2 directions with consistent pressure. We're going to try to do 3 spots. Stay in the middle. Make it small. Find the spot that feels bumpy or ouchy. Pause in next to it. You can bend and straighten. Alternate. You could put your toes down and click your heels together like Dorothy, heels together and apart. You could engage your core, push through the arms, and shift your butt left and right. That's my favorite. And then pause. Let's do one more spot. I'm going to roll up the front of the thighs, bump into the pubic bone, and then move away. I don't know how that works for the boys. Sorry. Da, 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 da. Same thing when you're ready. Shear the way you like. You can bend and straighten your knees. You can click your heels together and apart. You can turn on your core and shift left and right. I know, right? Okay, let's pause. Now turn towards me. I'm going to put my hand on the floor and bring my bottom arm parallel to my roller. And I'm going to hit the front of the thigh. Off on the side. Tensor fascia lata. Look at the floor. Engage your core. Hello. You can shimmy. So pause. Shimmy your hips forward and back. And you can move towards your feet. And move your body toward your head. And you can hang out there and do that as long as you like. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to rotate chest down. I'm going to put the bottom arm parallel to my roller, and I'm going to glide 2 directions, consistent pressure, engage the core, slow it down, and now shear. I'm going to shift forward and back, side to side, over the roller, and I'm going to move towards my feet, and then I'm going to move towards my head. And you'll be happy to know we're done. When you're ready, move towards your feet, bend your knees. Oh, good. All right, let's see what else we can do. Quick on the butt. Ready? Up you go. Over the sit bones. Was it hard? I'm sorry. Engage your core. Step back with one hand. Thumb points to the roller. Come back with the other hand. Light on the shoulders, please. If you need to be up on your fingertips, you can be on your fingertips. Just come over the sacrum. Now we're hitting the back line. Come over to the side of your sacrum and compress over the whole butt. Come down to the sit bone. Let's just do that on the other side. Ready? Sitting up. Let's go to the sit bone first. Think about the side of your sacrum. Feel like you're on the edge of a bone. The whole cheek. You can swirl your knees around. Oh my, that feels so good. And then bend your knees and come on down. Right? Lovely. Let's go to the back. If you're just sitting down, you could grab your roller ends is easiest if you want to, if you like that one. If you haven't tried it, try it. I'm going to lay both legs out long and straight. You could do one. Let's go out and in. So we've done the bottom of the feet and up the shins. We did the front of the thighs. We compressed, gliding and shearing. Try the other leg. And then we just did the whole sacrum, side of the sacrum, the butt, the sit bones. Coming up the back of the body. Release the roller if you're holding it, and let's move down to the middle of the thigh. Let's do both legs at the same time. Start off small, so not a big movement. If it feels okay in your lower back and you want to shift your feet outwards. Remember, if it feels kind of wonky anywhere, you could do one leg at a time. If you're laying down, you open your eyes and you're looking at the wall behind you, you need something under your head. Let's scooch it down a spot. Boop. Right above the back of the knee, I'm going to shear. So we don't glide the back of the thigh. Keep shearing. You could turn your head if you can see me. So to glide would be two directions, and we would have to be up here and doing this. Not great for the shoulders, and also the back line of fascia is being disrupted because you're sitting up. There will be a lot more change because we're laying down long, trying to get the fluids to flow through the back line of fascia. Just in case you're wondering. You probably didn't even notice. We don't glide the back of the thighs. Bring that roller down and let's just hit one spot on the calves. We've already done the front of the legs. Let's bend and straighten. This is gliding. Turn the feet out and up. Make it a little smaller movement. And then the roller is down low. We're going to bend the knees. I'm just going to do one. Drag the legs out and then drag the legs in. Drag the legs out and drag the legs in. Now think about it. We did the front of the shin. We've already created a lot of change. You felt it, right? Now we're just twisting that tissue all around. When you get up to that space right below the knee, if you went up too far, scooch it down and give me some little baby jumping jacks. You can angle your feet outwards. So we really changed the calves a lot. So, so, so important. And now we're going to do a lengthening technique. So go ahead and kick that roller back up to your butt. Squeeze your butt, engage your core, bring the roller underneath your sacrum. And once you're under your sacrum, bring your knees up and let your legs fall all the way in. Now, because we already rolled over the sacrum, we don't have to do that SI joint shear. Make sure your roller is not flying out. Let's hold the left knee, put your right heel on the floor. I hope you're getting so good at this. And then lay those toes down. And then that leg, I have my right foot on the floor, my right underbutt engages. My pelvis tucks as I draw that left knee into the chest. I'm going to really relax in the upper body, the ribs, the jaw, the face. Put that big toe on the floor, that right big toe. Let's do the other side. So you could put both feet down, or you could bring both knees up. Left foot planted on the floor as the right knee is being held into the chest. Remember, we're in an active tucking of the pelvis, which will engage the underbutt of the leg that's on the ground. Sink your ribs as you exhale. You're pulling the right knee in to accentuate the tuck. And now we're really pulling the fluids down the front of the leg that we already compressed. So fun. Sink, 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 sink. And then release. Let's do feet on the floor, knees bent, toes forward. Hold on to the roller if you like. And then we're going to press down into the feet, get light on the butt. Shove your feet forward. They don't really go anywhere, but the weight goes back into your shoulders. And you can even open your eyes, take a peek at your knees. Narrow the knees just a hair. Keep your knees there. Don't move your knees. Use your underbutt to open up the front of the hips, flatten out, and then lower down nice and slow. Let's go. Feet heavy, butt light. Shove the feet, narrow the knees. Use your underbutt to come up a little higher. And come down 2 more times. Heavy feet, light sacrum. Shove the feet forward, narrow the knees, come up a little higher, and lower down. Last time. Heavy in the feet, light on the sacrum. Shove the feet, narrow the knees, underbutt. Now go 4 without relaxing. Down and up. Shove your feet down. Keep your knees narrow. Use your underbutt. Last one, you know what we do here, right? We stay and we do 4 pulses. Just think, underbutt, 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 and stay, and then come back down heavy to the roller. Let's do figure 4. So I'm gonna take my left leg, do the left one. Put your left leg on your thigh, ankle to thigh. Now I want you to touch yourself. We talked about this a while back. So I'm gonna use my pinky and my thumbs. I'm gonna put my thumbs on my low ribs and my pinkies on those bones at the front of the pelvis. So that should create a square. I'll show you, like, what the hell are you talking about? This is what I'm talking about. This is a square. So when you push your leg out, you don't wanna get wonky. You don't wanna lose your square. I'm gonna start to get really picky about this. Ready? Here we go. My left ankle is to my thigh. I'm gonna bring my right foot off the floor, let my legs fall all the way in. If the roller flies out, put your foot down, readjust. All right, now, move your legs forward. You should feel like you come right up on top of the roller. And this is where you wanna be like, okay, am I square? Bring your right hand behind your right thigh. Put your left hand on the front of your left thigh. Now don't move your squareness. Just pull the right thigh in and press the left thigh out. Take your left hand and think about shoving that knee up to the ceiling. Reach your knee to the ceiling as your right thigh is pushing into your foot. Bend that ankle. Right foot is floppy to your butt. And now just release out of that pressure. Stop pushing and pulling. Let's go in one more time. Ready? Push the right thigh into your foot, pull that right thigh in, press your left thigh out, and just be really aware of your pelvis is not twisting and turning. And then just imagine, sense, feel, help your left knee reach up and out. We're decompressing the hip joint. And then come on out of there. Let's do the other side. Bring your right ankle to your thigh. Let your legs fall all the way in for that little butt stretch. We were just using our butt muscles. And now I'm going to take my left hand right behind my knee. It's not a big hug, it's just teeny tiny. You don't even need that hand. Put your right hand to the front of the thigh and push your legs forward away from you. Now you're square. You can stop for a second. You can touch yourself. Don't lose the squareness. Just left thigh pulls in. You can push your thigh into your foot. Use your hand to help. Right thigh pushes out. Stay square. Bend the right ankle. And then use your right hand in your imagination. Reach the right knee up and out towards the ceiling. The hand is helping. Sink your back ribs. Have a lumbar curve. Tip your pubic bone forward. Ease off the pressure. This is not a tuck. Ready? Last time. Left thigh comes in, right thigh goes out. Keep your square. Tip the pubic bone. Slight lumbar curve. Ribs are heavy. Push your right knee up and out towards the ceiling. Left foot is floppy to your butt. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, your face. Smile. And then get out of there. Put your feet on the floor. Tuck and untuck. Toes forward, knees forward. Tip the pubic bone towards your face. Tuck. Tip the pubic bone forward slightly. Have that lumbar curve only behind the belly button. A couple more times. Tuck and untuck. Last one, tuck and untuck. All right, let's make that harder. Bring your knees up. Slide your hands up to the front of your thighs. Straighten out your elbows. Fingers are up. This is for the lower back. Same thing. Ready? I want you to push your knees into your hands and tuck your pelvis. Your lower back is sinking to the floor. Keep pressing your knees into your hands. Tip your pubic bone forward and bring the curve, not your ribs, just in the lower back. Remember where we want the curve. We're training the body. Tuck. Knees keep pushing into your hands. They don't stop. Stay untucked. Feel like your sacrum is laying right up on top of the roller. Let's go. Inhale. On an exhale, make your SH sound and push your knees into your hands. Shh. Ease off the pressure. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, push your knees into your hands. Make your SH sound. Shh. Ease off the pressure. Last time. Exhale. Shh. Tip the pubic bone forward. Floppy feet. Push, push, push. Empty all the way. Find your core. Ease off the pressure. Put your feet on the floor. Squeeze your butt. Lift your butt. Take the roller out. Roll to the side. Ready? All the way down at the end of the roller comes into the crack of your butt. There, I said it. And then sit on top and look at your feet. Before you lay down, separate your feet hip width apart. And then walk yourself back. This is my favorite way to end because it really helps bring the upper body change into it. Let's rock left and right. Remember, you want your whole spine and your head on the roller, and you're rocking as one piece, left and right. You're not a wiggle worm. Pause in the center. Let's practice. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, flattening the back into the roller. I want you to stay there. Take a breath in. And on an exhale, tip your pubic bone forward slightly. Have a lumbar curve. Inhale. We're moving on the exhale, tuck. Stay in the tuck and inhale. Exhale, tip the pubic bone forward. Stay there and inhale. Last one, tuck. Feel how those ribs are landing. Inhale, stay. And then exhale, keep your ribs down. Just tip your pubic bone forward. And then pause, be heavy. Take your hands up to the ceiling. Shoulders reach up. Shoulders lower down. Think about your shoulders moving up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. Palms face each other. And as your shoulders are lifting up and down, I want you to pay attention to your ribs not moving. The neck is not moving. Your head is not moving. It's more important to pay attention to what's not moving than what is moving. All right, ready? Lower the shoulders down and heavy. And then hold that beach ball nice and slow. Open your hands. Move them away from each other. Open your eyes. See your hands hovering out to the sides of the body. Open your fingers up. And now keep your shoulders heavy. Keep your hands where they are. Reach around the ball. Don't move your hands to the ceiling. Just reach. It is you reaching that pulls the fascia. Take a full breath in and out. Reach more. And then lower down. That's the inner side of fascia. Now lower your forearms to the floor and turn your head slightly to the right and reach your left hand down towards your foot. And now this is the other side of your arm fascia. So wiggle your fingers. Take a full breath in and out. Exhale and reach, reach, reach. Ease off the pressure. Bring everything back to the floor, to the center. Head turns to the left. The right hand reaches down. Pull, 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 pull. Reach, 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 reach. Wiggle the fingers. Take a big breath in and out. Reach a little more. Wiggle your fingers. And then come back into the center. Nose in the middle. Let's gently rock left and right and left and right. Notice the fluid sloshing from side to side. And then we're done. Let's come off the roller. Slide one leg out. Take your butt down to the floor. I know Mike said, gosh, the time flies when you're doing this. I know it does. And I could go on and on and on. Slide your legs out long and straight. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bring your head into the center. And we did not do this in the beginning, but you've been doing the practice. So you know what you want to feel is that your feet flop open similarly to each other, ideally. The backs of the thighs touch. Hopefully they're getting closer and closer every time you melt. Your buns should feel fluffy. Ideally, there's no pressure on your sacrum. The lumbar curve is very small and concise behind your belly button above the waistband. You got lots of ribs in the lower back, mid back on the ground. When you turn your head, no pain, fluid, easy movement in the neck. And when you pause in the center and divide yourself in half, we are not symmetrical beings. You have a liver on the right side of your body. It's huge. You don't have one on the left side of the body. We are not the same right and left, but we can feel balanced right and left. Take a breath. Isn't the body great? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it so fascinating? We've lived all these decades and we have so little understanding about what's going on inside the body. It just is amazing to me. And not too long ago, just a couple years ago, they found, I think it was a female, I could be wrong, but they found a new cell in the fascia. And they named it hyaluron. And it's hydrating. It's what causes the hydration when we're moving the tissue and layers over each other. This is creating. I'll try to find the article. I'll try to find the article and I'll send it to you. Those of you that are anatomy geeking out with me. All right, bye. Let me know how melting the front of your thighs was. I know it's a little hard, but it gets easier. You know it does.